What's up guys? So exciting update. I teased you in, I got you hooked in this video. I already posted about it, so some of you saw that post. You probably already know what's coming, but the Shopify gods have granted us access into their kingdom and giving us the approval of our app and is now live on the Shopify app store. So this app will be a product seeding app, an influencer seeding app, basically making it a lot easier for you, the brand, to send out your product to the influencers or prospecting influencers that you want to get your product out to. So you've heard me beat into the ground the importance of product seeding, whether you attended my Shopify LA talks or you've heard me talk about it on Instagram or LinkedIn, etc. This is the foundation of every effective influencer marketing strategy. It is your first date, it is your first impression with the influencer. You can create amazing unboxing experiences when they unbox your product, word of mouth awareness, UGC or user generated content, product feedback, a lot of benefits. There's a compounding value that you can build a brand on for a really long time by having influencers be organic lovers of your product, and that all starts with product seeding. So this app will take care of the practicals of it, because we all know, and I certainly do know, that influencer marketing takes a ton of time. That's why you hire agencies like Kynship, because it takes a lot of time to research the influencers, contact the influencers, what do I say to the influencer, who should I go after I've contacted them, how do I contract them, how do I get them the creative brief to make sure that they give me the content that I want and don't post without me approving it, how do I pay them, all of these steps are involved. Sometimes getting them the product is just as much of a time-consuming aspect of influencer marketing. You finally reach out to that influencer, they agree, and they're like, yeah, send me the product. But then when it comes time to do that, you have to flag your 3PL company or your third-party logistics company and say, hey, we have a product order that we want to get out to an influencer, watch out for this order. You have to get the address and size of the influencer. You have to go into your Shopify store and zero out an order. Etc. All these things take a ton of time, and then it's compounding value the more you do this with more influencers. So as you grow your influencer roster, the harder it is to keep track of all these orders, sending them out for free, because you definitely don't want to be charging these people. You want to be sending them out for free. And this idea was really birthed out of my time at Kalo. So Kalo, the silicone wedding ring, was a lot of time. I was responsible for building that influencer program from the ground up. And what we saw over the course of the time was these influencers were growing. We were doing product launches and sending out to our top 50 all at once. We were doing seeding on a month-to-month basis. And so that was probably the high end of seeding, but this was really birthed out of those pains and headaches that I experienced by creating what is called back-end or zeroed out orders on Shopify. So customer service will certainly know what this means. But also people that are doing influence marketing at scale will certainly know what this means. And if you're on the Shopify system, what effectively a zeroed out order is you're creating an order for the influencer, typing in their address, typing in all the info if they're not already in the system already, and then you're zeroing it out so that it's basically all priced at zero, which creates a headache for the finance department. But don't worry, this app will solve for that too. And then you're doing that for that individual influencer. That could take 15 to 30 minutes depending on how much info, how much product that you're sending them. If it's a new address, you have to flag that, etc. So all this to say, 2 years later, we're now at a point where this app will effectively solve those headaches. So I want to take you guys through what the app effectively does today based off of the landing page of our app on the Shopify App Store. So I'm gonna walk you guys through and talk behind the screenshots and description of what this looks like. So what you see up front is easily send product to your family of influencers. Get it, guys? Kinship, it means family. Haha, we're aligned there. So fully integrated, saves time, easily trackable. So basically what that means is fully integrated is your Shopify store system or all your customers will be fully integrated into this app. So your customers effectively are your influencers. And the influencers are treated as customers. So see those as one of the same. If those influencers are not, and we'll get into this later, if those influencers are not in your store already, you can simply add them on the app. It's really easy. You just add that influencer. And then trackable, you're the influencer marketing person at your company. will be reporting to the marketing director, or finance team will want to know how much inventory and how much of the COGS that we're sending out, since those are zeroed out and those orders aren't being paid for. What are the COGS of that? What is the total of that? So our app can create reports for you. On step 1, this is where you're searching the influencers, or you're clicking the add influencer or the plus button, and you can add that influencer if they're not already in the system. So searching John Doe pops up, he's an influencer, he's tagged as an influencer team here. And what you're seeing is, so you can simply click the plus button and add them, and it'll highlight in the influencers added. And then you can keep going, searching Cody, searching Taylor, etc. Product search, this is where you're searching the product. So for example, this is Adidas. All their products, if it's labeled Adidas in the product store, will show up. So I imagine if I'm Adidas, that would probably show up all of my products if that's what's labeled on the product page. But if it was a backpack, maybe all of my backpacks will show up by searching the backpack. But basically that's what it would effectively do. You'd add whatever products that you want to send to those influencers. And then in step 3, you're just reviewing it. You're choosing the address, or you can add an address right there. You can create a global order tag. So this would be effectively, for an example of a product launch, and you have 10 influencers that you want to get the product out to ahead of time so that they can post about it when that product launch happens. I would label that product launch, fall product launch 2020. And then I can easily go back and find those people under that same tag at a later time. What you're seeing here is after it's submitted, then you can review it, go to the shipping as well, or I want to see the total amount of COGS of what we basically have spent on seeding. I can create a report very easily to do that. And then in the settings, inventory, so it's tracking the inventory. You have the option to ignore the product's inventory policy and claim inventory, or you can bypass it, or you can create for order discount method. You can automatically discount the full order amount, which I would highly recommend, or you can create a discount code and it would automatically discount the order by a certain percentage. You guys can play around with that later. So use this app to scale your seeding efforts. I can't reiterate enough the importance of doing seeding effectively and at scale. And this app will help you do this in no time. And when you're saving time from the influencer getting you content, from their campaigns starting on time. So even if this isn't necessarily used for product seeding and just seeding examples, but we're doing influencer campaigns. We're doing influencer campaigns, of course, with our clients. We need to get the influencer's product. We're gonna use our app. And that's gonna, instead of me hounding the brands, hey, did this go out? Did this go out? We can effectively do this through the app. So if you wanna know more, please reach out to me or my agency, and we will happy to ask questions. Get this app, help scale your influence marketing efforts through product seeding.